My name is Emily Conroy-Krutz, and I teach at Michigan State University in East Lansing, Michigan. And I'm here working on what will hopefully be my third book, looking at Arthur and Jenny Brown and their world tour of Presbyterian missions in 1901 to 1902. With this project, what I'm really trying to do is trace sort of where they went, what kinds of experiences they had at this really transformative moment in American politics, American foreign relations, and also mission work. He was one of the secretaries of the Board of Foreign Missions at the turn of the century, and then well into the 20th century, but I'm looking at early on in his career. He has this fantastic 12-volume diary, which is up actually at Yale Divinity School, but I wanted to be sure that I wasn't just getting his sense of what was going on, that I could really get a sense of, what's going on the ground, what are the local problems. So this is right after the Boxer Uprising, this is right after the Spanish-American War. What's going on in all these different countries he's visiting. So I've been really having a lot of fun exploring missionary diaries and correspondence and some slightly more boring, minutes of meetings about, what's going on. What kinds of conflicts are the missionaries facing, and what concerns did they have that the Browns are coming to interact with when they get to the field? PHS has been absolutely transformative to my work. What I really appreciate about what I get here is sort of the mix of institutional and personal stuff. It's a one-stop shop kind of in getting all kinds of different perspectives. And so, you get a really good sense of the big picture in lots of different places. It's such an extensive collection. I have a very long list of collections I've been working my way through. I've looked at the board meeting minutes of the Board of Foreign Missions. I've looked at station records from Korea, Japan, China, Siam, Laos, Syria. There's a fair amount of sort of needle in haystack looking that I'm doing. What I'm really hoping to get more of is the women missionaries' voices, which often get kind of subsumed in the reports, and particularly because a lot of my interest is in how missionaries connect to American diplomatic history. Women also often get really written out of that story, but at this time, women are the majority of missionaries abroad, and so what I'm having a lot of fun with is getting into women missionary records and getting a sense of what information they are giving to Brown, that Brown is then sort of repackaging in his own reports that make it, to President Theodore Roosevelt, for example. Resources for supporting humanities research are really limited, and so being able to get this support to be here for a few weeks at a time and really dig in has let me process what I'm looking at, and not just one of the things when we're in a rush, what we can do. This is it's a great skill, being able to come in and just take 1 million photographs, and then you get home and you try to think through them, and then you're like, oh man, I wish I had seen this other thing. But being here for 2 weeks and being able to work with the librarians and sort of really kind of dig through everything and to have the time to read it and think through it has been just incredible, and hopefully it's going to set me up really well then for being able to go forward and apply for further grants, to have the writing time in addition in ways that I'm very lucky to be employed by a university, but funds are drying up for a lot of this, and so it's incredibly generous of PHS to be able to support this kind of research.